All right, welcome back to Derek's Models. We are on episode 4, which should be the final episode of this build. So I went ahead and glued in the glass. I got all that in onto the body. And what we're going to start doing is the decals, the fun part. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be because it just depends on how long it takes me to do these decals. But we're going to get the phone set up here in the stand and we're going to get going on this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put some Goodyear Eagle decals. I'm going to turn that around onto the tires here. Hopefully you can see that. It was a little blurry from what I could see, but the joys of working with an iPhone. So then I also have some of this decal set stuff. Hopefully I got enough left to do this car, which is this stuff here from Phil's Hobby Shop. It's from Tesla's. So just need to find my brush I have here to just lay it down nice and flat. So here we go. Let it set for a second right there in the water. I don't know if I should do this to the wheel or not, but let's kind of prep the surface there. One goes on top, one goes on bottom. Hopefully it doesn't ruin the wheel. I didn't think about that. There's my little tweezers here. There we go. I like that yellow against that tire. Looks pretty good. Let's get that eagle on there. Alright, if I backed up way too much, I have a tendency to pull it close to my chest there and get my eyes on it, you know? That looks pretty good. Got a piece of paper towel here, kind of soak up some of that water. Just little dabs. Little dabs. Let that decal set. at that. What a difference it makes putting those decals on them tires. Wow, that looks great. All right, tire number 2. Decals make me pretty nervous. That's why I kind of waited until the end of the episodes to do decals. I wanted to get the car built first. Well, I pretty much got that right on there. Nice. There's the second tire. All right, so I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to do the other 2 tires off camera just to save some video time. So I'll catch you on the next step. All right, so I took the liberty of trying to put this bottom decal on, not on video only because it takes a long time to work it. But as you can see, down here it's a little cushy. I'm not really liking this decal too much, but I'm going to try to keep working on it. You know, if I can get her to stick on really well and dry, and then I'm going to work on that bottom part. If not, then I'll try to be very careful with a fresh X-Acto knife and kind of trim that out. And then I also did the window sticker. A little suggestion though, if you're working with these decals and working on the, I figured let's make her look like a race car first and get all the Camaro decals on first. I can tell you what though, this decal sheet, it does not take long in the water for it to separate, so pay attention. You don't want it to sit too long and then separate, because that happened to me on this window sticker or window decal, and it was sticking to my hand. It was real fun trying to get off. It was like a spaghetti noodle. So just pay attention to your decals when you put them in the water. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and make her look like a Camaro before I stick these decals on it. So anyways, I'm gonna keep working on this bottom decal, see if I can get her to form a little bit better, and then we'll move on to the next decals. All right, so I'm back from a little break. I ended up going to a baseball game last night and couldn't really do much more to the model. The only thing I was able to accomplish with decals yesterday was this side black piece there. Not sure if you can see that. There it is. And then around the window. So we're going to do the other side, but a lot of this with this decal, it's kind of like you put it on, you start forming it, and then you just kind of wait, and then go back to it and form it some more. Patience is key to doing these decals on this. One of the things I realize is these separate really quickly, so you gotta you just can't let it sit in there too long. You're gonna regret it if you do, especially with the little skinny ones like around the windows and stuff. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get this other side put on, or started anyways, so I'm not gonna continue to record the whole thing because it would just be a long drawn out video. But what I do is I kind of prep the surface here with the Teslar's decal set. I know there's probably better stuff out there, but it's what I got right now. I might end up running up to the hobby store and getting a little bit more to help me form these decals a little bit better. But in all honesty, I'm just waiting for the wifey to make a decision on what she wants to do when we end up going back out today. We're just going to go ahead and dip that. This time I'm going to hold it instead of just let it sit there, because like I said, once this decal starts to separate, it's hard to grab it. Really, it doesn't even take like a minute. It starts to come undone like right away. Out of the way before I knock it over. There's my little brush. Normally I don't touch it as much with my fingers, but as you can rip them. Oh, that actually went on just the way I wanted it. Look at that, right around the exhaust. I don't know if you can see that, but it went right around the exhaust there, so that's good. That's where you want it. Put some of this decal set on it, and it's just really forming it. Alright, so she's getting there. Just going to keep forming her out, and I'll show you guys the end result when I'm done with it. But like I said, decals, you got to be patient. You don't want to rush them. Alright, I'm back. Sitting here watching the race and throwing on some decals. So got the front decals on. Now she's really starting to look like a race car. There's that side decal that I started on just for y'all would be a few seconds ago. But yeah, so we got that on there. We've got the front decals on. We've got the around the window decals, and we got the back glass, and then we have the side. I have not put the rear Camaro decals on yet, or the rear tail lights, but that will be next. And I'm probably going to stop for tonight, just let everything dry, and then put those on there. All right, welcome back. It's all in the same video, but I'm at work this week, and finally got a day off. It's a Friday for me right now. It's been a week, but anyways, went back to putting on some decals. I got the front decals on. I got the side and the windows, the back. I got to re-glue this wheel back on, so now it came off. But yeah, it's looking pretty good, looking like a race car. Just got the hood pins on. I was letting those dry. But the next decals I'll be working on are these ones. I'm just slowly taking my time with them. You know, I put them on and then I let them dry, and don't want to screw anything up, you know, like you just got to take your time with it. But I'm gonna go and put a couple more on, and before we know it, it's gonna be done. All right, so been seconds for you guys, been a few days for me, but I got a couple more of these decals on. It's looking pretty good. Still got another side to do. Got to get the spoiler put on, but yeah, she's getting there. Tell you what, getting this on was kind of a trick. Just kind of had to work with it for a while. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. I got the roof to do and the other side. So hopefully next part of this video I will be recapping this build and have these decals finished up. All right, well guys, it looks like we've got this kit finished. Just finished up putting on the rear spoiler, but we got all the decals on there. Really fun build. One of the things I think I did wrong was I put this side glass on first when I probably should have decaled it first and then did the glass, but no big deal. It's all kind of blends in together. Rear spoiler, rear end of the car. You can see that flake in the paint. It's just not just that plain white, but there's some sparkle in there. I kept the window net out. You can kind of see in there and see the seat, dash. Yeah, she turned out pretty good. I'm happy with her. We'll take the body off and we'll show the chassis one more time. Here's a comparison to what's on the box and what's this kit actually looks like. The box actually leaves out quite a bit on the cover, but definitely a fun kit. I would recommend it. If you don't have a favorite driver, this is definitely a fun kit to pick and put together. Not as plain as I thought it was going to be. The cover on the box doesn't do it any justice, let's just say that, you know. Looks way better in person. So yeah, but let me show you guys what it looks like without the body on. I did put some decals on the chassis. Hopefully you like it. All right, so on the chassis, I just used the extra Camaro logo and stuck it on the front bumper there. And I put the Salvino's JR model sticker right there on the side. Nothing too fancy. I left off the hose for the gas tank because I just could not get it to stay. If there's a trick to that, please share in the comments, but I couldn't get it to stick. And I left the foam on the side of the chassis there. It kind of holds that body on pretty good. And then, like I said, I glued this on because I wasn't planning on taking it off. So, but yep. And then, you know, check that padding out in the seats. Looks pretty cool. Definitely want to pick up another model kit and do a little other custom stuff. After watching the NASCAR race, I was more inspired to maybe put some more foam on the bars and stuff like that. Too late to do it on this one now because it's all put together. That back piece on the rear part of the chassis, that little red thing there, noticed in the race today that it was painted black and silver, so we're gonna fix that in the next car. And then down at the bottom, those little things that are painted silver are actually yellow and silver. So I'm just gonna remember that for the next time when I do my next build. Try to be a little more accurate, but like I said, fun build. I definitely recommend it. So yep. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put the body back on and I'm gonna give it its home in the case and then call this episode over. All right, so this is her in my display case. These are some of my other die casts that I've collected throughout the years. But yeah, this is how she's gonna sit in the case. Just in case you guys are wondering what else I have, these are other die casts that I've picked up. I do sim race also. That's another little hobby of mine. And down at the bottom, from the Richard Petty over other models that I've built. yeah, this one's going up on the top shelf. We're gonna show her off for a little while. Definitely a fun build. These are my DEI Dale Earnhardt tribute. And you know, the cars of the 90s, early 2000s. But I appreciate anybody who watched this series of this model build. Greatly appreciate the support, and I'm going to be getting ready to do my next kit. Till next time, guys, happy modeling. Thanks again.